Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy and you are watching RetroFat. RetroFat is one of my YouTube series where I watch pop culture, typically from my childhood, and I react to it. I am also trying to lose weight. I've lost about 30 pounds. I have a long way to go, but I'm doing things like this to kind of help hold me accountable. So if you've subscribed for my Just a Ten of Us stuff, you may periodically see things from like Richard Simmons or weigh-ins or things like that as I am journeying to become a slimmer, healthier me. A few things I want to talk about before I get into this one. First of all, thank you to everyone who sent me notes about my hand. I'm doing much better. I actually had stitches taken out this morning, so in a few weeks I should be fully back to normal. That's going quite well. That's really about it in my personal life. I hope to have a weight loss update unrelated to this posted soon, but I know you're here for Just a 10 of Us, and let's get right to that. So today's episode is called The Unkindest Cut of All. This was the 7th episode of the 2nd season, 11th episode overall. It was written by Rich Reinhardt, and it was directed by Frank Bonner. Now, I also have to address Frank Bonner this week. Those of you who are following any type of entertainment news, I'm sure heard that Frank Bonner died on June 16th, 2021. He, of course, was probably most well known for WKRP in Cincinnati. We know him as Father Hargis. He was 79, I believe, had an amazing career. I know he impacted a lot of people. I never had the pleasure to interact with him or meet him in any way, shape, or form. But from what I can tell, he was a very nice, kind human being, just a great actor. And, you know, I'm sorry that he's no longer with us, and my sympathy goes to his friends and family. I do want to say one other thing very quickly about how I am doing these videos. First of all, I am getting nothing but kind comments from people, which I'm very grateful for. A few people have expressed an interest like, hey, can you just post the episode so we can just watch it? And I totally understand that. I completely understand why you would prefer that. The reason I'm not is this. One, first of all, this is a reaction channel or a reaction series, so I am reacting and providing commentary, and I try to find some interesting things as I can, and I actually have a few very interesting things to share with you about this episode. The other reason is that I'm obviously not a copyright holder. There are, I feel like if I am providing something more than just the episode, that may help this survive on YouTube. If this were to not survive on YouTube, I will look for another platform like Vimeo or even on Facebook to share these. I'm not profiting. I'm just doing this as a fan. But if I just post a straight episode, someone could very easily say, you're not allowed to do that, and pull it. Full episodes are pulled all the time. Just the 10 of Us used to be on YouTube in bootleg copies like I had with no commentary, and they've never survived, whether they were pulled or the person who uploaded them just took them down. I don't know. But I'm providing this reaction to give a little more meat to this. Straight uploads aren't really allowed of things like this. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this will help this have a nice long life. But again, I am very, very grateful for everybody who's watching. I'm especially grateful that in one of the Just a 10 of Us groups I'm in, Brooke Theus, who played Wendy, commented that she's watching and she enjoys them. And knowing that fans of the show like this, as well as stars of the show like that I'm doing this, is definitely pretty awesome. If you want to join the group, just search Just a 10 of Us on Facebook. It's a small group, but it's nice being with like-minded fans. Sorry, I've talked for over 4 minutes. Let's get to the episode.
Elizabeth, I'm home.
Hi, honey. Be right there. How was your day?
I'm quitting teaching.
Good. It'll give you more time to spend with your own kids.
Oh, you're right. I'd be a fool to quit.
Don't spoil your appetite. And remember, Graham, you promised to cut back to 1 beer a day.
I remember.
your own good.
But I don't want to go to this stupid dentist.
But it's time for your checkup.
But my teeth are fine. Ask JR. I almost took his ear off.
Graham, listen to your daughter.
I'd rather not.
Graham.
Sherry, you can't go through life avoiding pain. Now, what if I had done that? I never would have married your mother. I'm not finished, Elizabeth. I never would have had 7 kids.
8.
Really?
I'm not worried about the pain. I just don't want to look for trouble.
Trouble?
Dentists and doctors are all the same. They keep their bank accounts healthy by making sure you're sick.
Where did you hear nonsense like that?
From you.
Sherry, honey, your dad was just trying to be funny. He didn't really mean it. No more than Johnny Carson means all those jokes about his ex-wives. Tell him.
Yeah, everybody knows Johnny and I are a couple of jokesters.
So now you're saying you don't think dentists and doctors are scum-sucking leeches?
No.
So if it was your turn to go to the dentist, you'd go?
Absolutely.
And if it's your dad's turn to get a physical, he'd go.
Absolutely.
Good. You have an appointment tomorrow at 3:30. Don't miss this one.
Okay, a few things here. One, Sherry is absolutely the right child to have done that. She's the most theatrical, the most dramatic. That was a fun bit. Also, I think we might have had a little bit of meta humor here. If you go on YouTube and you search for Bill Kirchenbauer, you will find clips of stand-up he's done, including The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. So I'm just wondering if that was a nice little fun throwaway, Easter egg, so to speak, for those of us who have followed his career.
It's a race and I know I can win it, 'cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can stay on the ball, take it minute by minute, I just might make the Hall of Fame. What can I say? I'm doing it the best I can. Leaning on nobody but me. Oh, seeing it from where I stand. Nothing comes easy. Oh, I'm always bringing home second places. At the end of every one of my daisies, a house with all of the bases that keeps me doing it the best I can. Yeah, I'm doing it the best I can. I'll keep on doing it the best I can.
I'm not weaseling. I'm merely saying that I was tricked into agreeing to get this stupid physical, so it doesn't count.
Weasel.
That's not a weasel. That's a rabbit.
Oh, you would know what a weasel sounds like.
I'd like to talk to you a minute or two about you conning me in front of little Sherry.
Oh, I bet you would. Let's not talk about that till after you promise not to weasel.
What is with you? You won't get off this, will you?
Honey, it is obvious by the way you treat your body that you don't care about your health.
How can you say that?
Well, you promised me you'd lose some weight.
I did.
Where?
Well, how should I know? It's lost.
And what about 1 beer a day?
Well, what do you call this?
2 liters of weasel brew. You won't be happy till you're dead and buried, will you? Will you?
Not if this keeps up.
Oh, Dad.
Yo, son.
So did you weasel out of your physical yet?
Sure, take it out on your kids.
Good idea.
Weasel.
Elizabeth, I don't need some doctor giving me bad news.
What makes you so sure the doctor's going to give you bad news?
You've practically got me at death's door.
Oh, honey, you're in great shape.
Then what do I need to see a doctor for?
Weasel.
Elizabeth, you remember my Uncle Adolf? In all of his 78 years, he never once went to a doctor. He was in great shape. And then his family finally convinced him to go to a doctor. 2 days later, he was dead.
Graham, he was hit by a car.
Well, who was driving the car? A doctor.
Okay, let's just forget the whole thing. I'm very, very sorry I upset you. Just sit down and relax. Oh, we're going to have your favorite for dinner tonight. Roast weasel.
All right. Okay, I'll go.
You're just saying that because I want you to.
Oh, no, I'm very excited about it.
Good. You'll like Dr. Costanza. Everybody loves her.
Yeah. Her? Dr. Costanza's a woman?
Graham, what does that matter?
Oh, Elizabeth, you expect me to turn my head and cough for a woman?
And what is wrong with that?
Well, maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned. But when I drop my pants, I like a man to be standing there.
I want to preview this next setup since I'm paused. So we're about to meet Dr. Costanza. This is really interesting. So Dr. Costanza is played by an actress named Pamela Brawl. I may be pronouncing her name wrong. Bill Kirchenbauer, when he was identified by the producers of Growing Pains, did a screen test. The original name for this show, Just the 10 of Us, was going to be Yo Coach. That was like a catchphrase, so to speak, that was going to be carried over from Growing Pains. I think it would have been a nice tie-in, but they changed it. But he was pretty much I think maybe literally, he was the only character from the screen test to make it to Just the 10 of Us. Pamela Brawl played his wife in the screen test. So the blonde lady you're about to see as his doctor was originally going to be, at least for the screen test, I don't know enough about Hollywood, so to speak, to know if this is actually what would have happened, but she played Estelle Lubbock in the screen test. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. If you go on YouTube and search for Yo Coach Bill Kirchenbauer, you'll find Bill's YouTube channel, and this 12-minute screen test is on there, which his character is pretty well the same. The show with her would have had a different feel. I'm very glad they went with Deb Harmon playing Elizabeth, but what could have been? So after this, you should definitely look for that. All right, back to the show.
Doctor, how long will we have to wait for the results?
Oh, well, I think I can give you most of them now.
Oh, it sounds bad.
What is it?
Well, your blood pressure's excellent. Your triglyceride and cholesterol levels are fine, blood sugar fine, digestion fine. As for your heart and respiratory functions, they're great.
Well, what's the bad news?
You have no earthly right to be this healthy. I mean, look at you. You're overweight, you don't exercise, you're a living mockery of good health habits.
Oh, Graham, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, all that dieting sure paid off.
I did find one problem that should be treated immediately.
What?
Your hemorrhoids.
Don't use that word in front of my wife.
I'm sorry, that's what they're called.
Well, we have to talk about them. Can't we call them something else?
All right. I've scheduled surgery for tomorrow afternoon for the removal of your yo-yos.
How can we go ice skating tomorrow when we're grounded? Well, that's why we're hiding our skates out here now, so that we can pick them up tomorrow on our way to confession. I don't want to go to confession. I want to go ice skating. Cindy, will you get this for the 12th time? We say we're going to confession, but we're really going ice skating with Todd and Skip.
Oh. Well, the only way this can work is if we hide our skates out here.
Say, there's a thought.
Graham, you're being silly.
I am not being silly. Not one word of this yo-yo deal to anyone.
But, honey...
Look, I agreed to have the surgery, didn't I? Can't you do this one little favor for me?
All right, yes. Yes, I can.
Good.
But I still think you're being silly.
Elizabeth, I'm a teacher. And once your students have anything on you, anything personal or embarrassing, you're a dead man.
Oh, Graham, you're exaggerating.
Oh, am I? Remember Erica Griffin, English teacher back at Dewey High? She was the best. Then the students found out about that jockey she married. After that, she couldn't go anywhere in the school without hearing, Last thing I heard, she was a stable girl in Jersey. And that's just for marrying a runt who likes horses.
Can't we at least tell the kids about it?
No. That would be like sending a direct satellite feed to the Western world. See, tomorrow morning, we'll just announce that I'm going to a teachers' conference in San Francisco.
You're actually going to look them in the eye and tell them that?
Kids, get in here. Your mother has an announcement.
An announcement?
I never do it. Now, listen up. Your dad's getting ready to go to his
Teachers' conference.
teacher's conference in San Francisco.
Kids, I'm just going for the day. But I want you to know that for some reason, if I don't come back, remember, I loved each and every one of you. And I ask you all to please never let your mother marry another man.
Graham, honey, the time.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to be late for my bus.
Oh, can I go with you to the bus station? I'd love to see you off.
Marie, we don't have time to go to the bus station. I've got to get your father to the I'm sorry. Travel makes me giddy.
What your mother means is I'm flying.
But you just said you were taking a bus.
It's an Airbus. It's kind of like a plane, except the seats smell bad.
Well, have a nice trip, Dad. And don't worry about us being grounded. I mean, take your time in San Francisco. Catch a drag show.
Okay, bye, kids.
Dad's acting weird.
He's your father. What do you expect?
Well, gee, Cindy, since we're grounded and we have nothing to do, what do you say this afternoon we head over to confession?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. If we're going to go to confession, I got to rinse out my hot pink tights. Hot pink tights? Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, my father isn't here. Can I take a message? Okay. Connie, can you write this down? Okay, go ahead. All right, Dad is supposed to bring all of his insurance forms with him today. And he's not supposed to eat any solid food 8 hours before his surgery. Okay, got that? Yeah. Okay, we got it. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Surgery?
I don't like this bed.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's in a hospital.
Mr. Lubbock! You left admissions without signing your S/47YP.
What a shame.
So this actress, who I'm willing to bet a lot of you recognize, even if you don't know where you know her from, her name is Patrika Darbo. She was on the first season of Step by Step, so she will actually make her way back onto TGIF in about 3 years from the time of this first airing. She's a character actress. She often plays characters very similar to the role she does here. You know, the cute, quirky, kind of squeaky voice. If you're a horror fan, which you might be if you watch Just the 10 of Us, obviously because of Brooke Theus and Joanne Willette and Heather Langenkamp, there's a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street overlap in this fandom, which is kind of funny. But she was in the movie Hatchet, so she's been around for quite a while. She's still acting. Keep an eye out for her. You'll definitely see her again if you haven't. I think this is her only appearance in Just the 10 of Us, but she was, like I said, she's a character actress, so you see her in a lot of things.
What's this form for?
Just the usual. It says you won't sue the hospital if something unforeseen should happen.
What could happen?
You could die.
Graham, we cannot leave.
Mrs. Lubbock?
Oh, good morning, doctor.
Well, Mr. Lubbock, I see you didn't weasel out of this.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get you prepped and ready for surgery in about an hour. Oh, students, this is Mr. Lubbock, who's here for a radical yo-yoectomy. Questions? They said Dad was in room 416.
Well, maybe that's another Graham Lubbock.
Excuse me, is there a Graham T. Lubbock in that room?
I don't know his name. All I know is he yells a lot.
Get that thing away from me!
Daddy!
My sympathies.
You're squeezing too tight. You're squeezing too tight. And you, get a real job.
Graham, I'm just not comfortable lying to the kids about all this.
Elizabeth, if parents can't lie to their kids every once in a while, they don't deserve to be parents.
All right, honey, please, just relax. Now, you're facing surgery.
Facing isn't quite right.
Did you hear that?
I don't want to know about any of this. Why can't I just be dumb? I wish I was as ignorant as Cindy.
Calm down. This probably isn't serious at all.
And then why did he tell us he was flying to San Francisco on a bus with smelly seats?
I don't know.
And why did he tell us not to let Mom remarry?
Maybe it is serious.
Hey. Let's not panic.
Boy, what a grouch that guy is.
Yeah, well, he won't be around after tonight.
Won't be around? What does that mean?
Honey, now you be my big, strong coach, and I'll get you some ice cream when this is all over.
Make it a beer.
Hey, Connie, what are you doing here?
Mom, you don't have to pretend with us. We know Dad didn't go to a teacher's conference.
Yeah, we know he's here for an operation.
Shh. Who told you?
The hospital called right after you left.
Oh, I knew we couldn't keep this quiet.
Mom, we've got to know. Is Dad gonna... is he all...
Oh, no, he's just here for a minor little operation.
Where is the operation?
Upstairs.
Oh, what are they operating on?
Oh, well, he'd rather I didn't say, but trust me, everything's gonna be just fine.
Really?
Really. Now, come on, I want you to go on home. Dad doesn't want anyone to know he's here.
But if it isn't serious...
Please. Trust me.
Okay, Mom. Aren't you coming with us?
Oh, no. I'm gonna go down the hallway to pray in the chapel. Oh, no, I'm not praying about your dad. You know me, I get near a church and I get itchy knees.
That's very appropriate for Elizabeth. I just have to point this out, which I just noticed. To her left is a no smoking sign, as well as a place to put out your cigarettes. So, 1988 was such a different world than 2021. Can you imagine ashtrays being on the 4th floor of a hospital?
I'll see you at home. Okay.
What a relief.
Oh, yeah.
I feel better.
I feel much better.
You said it.
Oh, yeah.
She's lying.
I give the word, you jump out of the bushes and scare the living daylights out of my sisters.
Great. I love sophisticated humor.
Why did Mom lie? Why? Lying is a sin.
Why are we supposed to keep this quiet?
Oh, I understand that. The kids would go nuts if they knew Dad was in the hospital about to go under the knife.
Marie, remember when we were little kids and Mom told us that Grandpa was going on a trip to Arizona?
But he was really going into the hospital because he was very sick.
And we never saw him again?
Dad's dying!
Oh, no, Connie.
I can't believe this.
Me either. We're going to Arizona this summer.
Honey, we have to keep it together for the sake of the little kids. Sherry, JR,
Cindy.
Where the heck have you two been? I've been stuck with the babies and I have to change for confession.
Wendy, sit down.
I don't have time to sit thanks to you. I barely have enough time to touch up my eye makeup.
This is important.
Will you two just listen to yourselves? Do you actually think hanging out here and chewing the fat is more important than getting right with God? Well, not to this Catholic girl.
Wendy! Let her go. Let her have her last happy afternoon.
Well, hurry up. We're going to be late for ice
Confession.
Hi.
The mind of a child.
Simple, trusting, unable to grasp the concept that there is tragedy in the world.
And by their innocence, I'm able to remember my own.
Are you guys talking about me in front of my back?
I hope you brought an appetite.
Mother Hargis, I have to talk to you about something. I didn't know who else to talk to, but I knew I could get some solid, sensible advice from... You're wearing a fish mitt.
Yeah, I just fired up the old BBQ. Monsignor O'Sullivan's coming over for burgers.
Well, I need some guidance.
Can't this wait till Monday? I have counseling hours.
Just can't wait.
Okay. Shoot. What's on your mind?
Well, could you take the apron off?
All right. Okay. What's this big, important problem of yours?
My father's dying.
What? The coach?
Yes.
Oh, no. Of what?
I don't know. He's just having surgery this afternoon and they don't expect him to survive.
Coach, dying. I just saw him yesterday, and he looked so robust. Much younger than his years.
He's 39.
Really? I thought he was about 49. How can I help you?
I just don't know what to do. My mother wants me to keep his being in the hospital a secret, but I should tell my brothers and sisters, and I should phone my relatives in New York.
No. You do what your mom says, and don't give up hope. I'll pray for him.
Horace, you burn those burgers and you'll burn in hell.
Maria, I believe you know Monsignor O'Sullivan.
Frank Bonner was such a great comedian. He had excellent timing. It's just very, I don't know, poignant's not the word I'm looking for here, but he brought a lot to, I guess, late 70s and 80s television, and I'm sad he's no longer with us, but that was a great bit, especially the bit about Graham's age, that he could deliver a line like that.
We should have just canceled the ice skating by phone.
No, it's better to offer our condolences in person.
Coach Lubbock on his deathbed. Just yesterday morning, he told me I was a no-good bum with no future.
Poor Cindy and Wendy. You know, there is nothing on earth sadder than a sad babe with a sexy bod.
Hi! It's here! Oh, are those for us? Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, where are your skates?
We didn't bring them.
Well, we are going ice skating, aren't we?
I just thought at a time like this, you wouldn't want to skate. What with your dad, you know.
Oh, guys, this is a perfect time. Dad's out of the way, and we can party.
At last.
What, your dad's on his deathbed and you want to go skating? You chicks are cold.
Wait a second. What did you just say?
We're cold?
Hi, honey. Oh, you look great.
Excuse me if I don't get up.
So, how you feeling?
Pretty much the way I did on our wedding night.
Huh?
You know, numb from the waist down.
Well, I know you're feeling better. You're making bad jokes again.
Oh, I feel fine. You know, Elizabeth, I should have got this surgery out of the way years ago. I'm sorry I kept letting you talk me out of it.
Oh, what a fool I've been.
I'll tell you something else you were wrong about. You didn't think we could pull this off without anybody else finding out about it.
Mr. Lubbock, excuse me.
What's happening, Minnie?
There are some people out here who are very anxious to see you.
People? What people?
I'll handle this, Graham.
You're choking me! Elizabeth, what the hell is this?
See, I have no idea.
It's okay, Daddy, we know.
Know what?
Do what? Oh, all right, now, girls, this is very touching, but aren't you overreacting?
Cut the waterworks. This is not a funeral.
Forgive us, Daddy.
For what?
Cindy and I were going to sneak out of the house and violate our grounding and go ice skating with two boys.
What?
Wait, there's more. This is the third time this month we've snuck out. I just feel so awful sneaking around behind your back when you're lying on your deathbed.
Wait a minute. Girls, your father is not...
No. Don't interrupt them.
Wait till you hear when we pulled off New Year's Eve.
What the hell is that?
St. Augie Glee Club, Dad. It's a tribute to the late, great Coach Lubbock.
What?
Oh, beautiful. They're holding candles and serenading you.
Tell them to stop it. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh. Hey, you guys down there, put out those stinking candles.
It's him.
Father Hargis, you're here too?
The Most Reverend Monsignor Sean O'Sullivan.
Monsignor?
Oh,
No, just Monsignor. Sorry about this outfit, Mr. Lubbock, but I just got the news at Father Harkis's BBQ. I'm here to offer the comfort of the last rites of the Roman Catholic Church.
Last rites? Elizabeth, is there something you're not telling me?
Daddy doesn't know he's dying. What have I done?
You're one brave hombre.
Father, Monsignor, everyone, please, your father is not dying.
Why not? You're not?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure I'm not?
Honey, I'm sure.
Then why are you here?
Well, I'll tell you why I'm here. Let's just say I'm dying and leave it at that. Okay, all right. Ooh. All right, I'll tell you why I'm here. I think you're going to get a real kick out of this.
What? You're so lame.
Way to go, Marie.
Me, what about you?
And for this, we missed the ice skating.
I'm gonna get you for this one, Marie.
I guess you just had me offering the last rites to a hemorrhoid.
That's a fantastic line. You just had me offering last rites to a hemorrhoid. This was a great, great episode. I especially liked seeing the way the siblings interact. I don't know if you noticed, you might rewind a few seconds, but Marie even was like, she kind of punched JR in the arm. Like they were literally physically kind of bickering, which is very sibling appropriate.
Stop it, Melissa. I'm not gonna change your stinking diaper. Harv, don't stare at me with spinach in your hair. That is spinach, isn't it?
Okay, be careful now, honey.
I'm just saying that my days as an effective educator are behind me now.
Did you say behind, Dad?
I rest my case.
How's San Francisco, Daddy?
Oh, at least one of my children believed me. It was terrific. Thank you, honey.
You must be tired from your trip. Here's your paper. Relax and enjoy it.
See? That's what being a daughter is all about.
Your obituary's on page 7. It was fascinating reading.
This was an excellent episode. This is definitely one of my favorites of the series, I think. Really got a kick out of this one. That's all I have for today. Next week will be our first episode in July, and it is the Christmas episode next week. So next week we'll have a little Christmas in July. Thank you so much for watching and your support. I will see you next week.